Hi everyone, I have another Lego Batman set to take a quick look at. So this is set number 76118 and it is called Mr. Freeze Batcycle Battle. This set came out in 2019 for £20 or $20, 200 pieces, 3 minifigs. I think I got this maybe £2 or £3 cheaper from Smith's Toys. So I don't actually remember seeing this anywhere. Being sold for full price. It's always like £2 or £3 cheaper, and I'm sure it will be the same on Amazon, places like that. So yeah, you can see from the box what you get, and shows you some of the different features that comes with this set. Kind of gives away any mystery there that may have been in this review, that the main Batcycle does come apart. And this is some of the different accessories that you get in the set. So yeah, let's take a look at the actual set itself. So the main thing you'll notice quite quickly is that this is very small. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to move my chair forward. There we go. So yeah, compared to other vehicles, this is very, very small. You can see it fits in the palm of my hand. But I actually like it, although I guess it may potentially feel like you're getting less than you normally would because you don't get some big thing out of it. What I like is that it's actually like minifigure scale, so that makes a change from like the huge vehicles where the minifigs are just kind of hanging on for dear life. This set, both the minifigs and along with Mr. Freeze and his vehicle, they're kind of the right size they should be. So I think that's quite nice. And yeah, I think it's just it's not a perfect set. It's still like a little cheap vehicle. It's not like a UCS tumbler or anything, but yeah, I think it's good, and I think it makes a nice change. Similar to the Captain America bike that I reviewed a little while ago. It's nice to have a vehicle that's kind of more real size kind of scale, and I think this is, even in that regard, even closer than that Captain America bike. This is, yeah, as you can see, about right. So let's take a look at Mr. Freeze. So he has this kind of jet ski kind of hover vehicle. I'm not sure what the actual, I'm just having a quick look if it tells me what the name of it is. Sled, I think it's referred to as. But yeah, it looks quite nice. It's different. It's quite simple, but it has some cool pieces on it. And then Mr. Freeze himself. Oh, hang on. I'll just quickly show you. So the controls, just with a single sticker. Yeah, I think that's fine. So yeah, Mr. Freeze himself. I think he looks very good. He has this very large weapon. So the only problem I've had with this weapon is with just how it's built with this whip piece. It kind of turns the backpack around, so I think it's meant to be kind of like central like that, but it tends to spin. And then when you put him on his sled, it gets in the way a little bit, but it's not so bad. And it is a pretty decent and unusual kind of weapon. So I think that's nice to get something a bit different. If we take his gun off, as you can see, yeah, nothing amazing, but it's nice to get something a bit different. Yeah, and then Mr. Freeze himself. So with the fishbowl piece, but he looks pretty good. Yeah, he's got some nice printing and some. I won't take him all apart, but the printing on the back is kind of similar to the front. There's nothing major to see there. I think for me, just the all white arms, hands, white head and everything, what makes him stand out. So I think he's pretty good. Let's try and get a bit more light. So if we take a look at Batman. Sorry guys, it seems to be extra dark up here today. There we go, that's a bit better. So yeah, He's kind of standard grey outfit. It's a nice printing on the back. I think at least I know sometimes these Batman figures, the face is like really pale, but I can actually see, even with my colour blindness, I can see the kind of difference in the shade of his face and the eyepieces for when he has the mask on. So that's good. It's not all focusing on Robin. Yeah, it's not all kind of blended into one. So that's good. Good to see. Seems to be hit and miss with these figures. Well, I guess minifigs in general, really. Some are printed better than others. And then we have Robin, who, yeah, I really like. And Logan really likes, because he's got a bit of a thing about Robin lately. So yeah, he's got the little stumpy legs, so he can't sit down. I think it would have been nice if they'd given him the kind of midway legs, like some of the Harry Potter sets. I don't think there's really a need to give him the smallest legs, so that's the main thing I would probably change, is midway legs. But other than that, I think his torso printing is good. I like his bright cape, good printing on the back. Yeah, and his printing's, oh, his additional face. But yeah, his printing's good, his hairpiece is nice. I forgot to show you Batman's other face, which is just a kind of smirk, not much to see really. Mr. Freeze, back of his head is just that. So then on to this Batcycle. So yeah, you can see, very small, but it's quite well built. It's quite nicely put together. So yeah, you get this little accessory pack with it. I think there's a few other odd bits and pieces. I think they might all be on here. Yeah, so you get these kind of, these weapons. Oh, you can see that one that I've almost lost. So yeah, this is just a stud with a bit extra on top, which I keep accidentally, I'll leave that off. Keep accidentally firing that off from the centre. This piece here, which is obviously meant to be like a missile or a gun of some kind, you can easily take that off and use that as a separate weapon. Same on this side. Batarang, Robin with a sword. So I'm not really up to date since I was a kid on Batman comics and cartoons. I don't remember Robin having a sword, but I might just be not remembering it right. And then we have another stud shooter on the back with this piece, which is meant to be Batman's, what's it called? I forgot the word. His harpoony thing that he fires to get up onto buildings. Obviously minus the rope. But yeah, I think that's fine. So, small wheels on the front, chunky on the back. A few stickers, nothing too difficult to put on. That's a printed piece there. A couple of printed consoles, which I'll show you. There we go. So they both look quite nice. And yeah, and then the good feature about this is you can take it apart. So it comes apart very easily, so even the kids can do it. It's not that hard to do. Comes apart and goes back together quite smoothly. I think just having the one solid connection there makes it quite easy, but it does stay together nicely when you're playing with it. And when they're taken apart, so I think Robin's side, just with kind of that sticking out, looks fine on its own. Batman's side, so from this side again looks fine, but from this side I guess it's a little more messy with the Technic pin sticking out, but I don't think it's that bad, and it's like a £15 set for kids to play with, so Logan doesn't care that he sees that, and then when you've got it sat on a shelf it's most likely going to be together anyway, so yeah, I think that's fine. So my final thoughts on this are, I think it's, if you get it a little bit cheaper than recommended retail price, I think it's a good set for kids to play with. A couple of nice minifigs, and I like the size of it. I think the size of it is good because it's more realistic and also good to play with. For kids' little hands, they can easily play with this. yeah, that's it really. Yeah, a good little set, and I think this is better than some of the other vehicle sets you get for Batman and Avengers and so on. I think this one is better, being the size it is. So if you're picking between a few on the shelf, I would go for this one. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.